That moment has always been there for a long time. Ever since I was about 11 or 12, I got really interested into photography, but I've always been interested in arts in general. Art has been a big part of my life. It's like my first language. I used to look at magazines, like for fashion or just portraits in general. I really was inspired by my teachers, like my high school teacher. She used to take senior portraits of students at the school, so I loved how she really captured each of the students in their portraits and how they embodied their personalities, and that's why I really wanted to really keep pursuing photography. So yeah. I enjoy looking at other art pieces. That's something I've always loved ever since I was a little girl, because that literally tells you about who the artist is and their subject matter and what is going on at the time. So when I go to other exhibitions or art galleries, that's what I'm looking for. It's like, what is the story that they're saying in these pictures or in these portraits? So I always start with, I was thinking about Renaissance. The Renaissance period is one of my favorite art periods to learn about, because it was the birth of art. Like, that was a rebirth of art after a horrible plague just ran through the whole continent of Europe. So it was a rebirth of life, a rebirth of ideas, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So when I look at art pieces, I always look about what is that art saying about what happened at that time, you know? So I can always see what the person's intentions are in pictures, whether it's a basic portrait to conceptualize art, you know? And that's the whole point. You want to be able to look at the whole picture and, you know, not nitpick, but like pick to see what's going on, you know? Notice what the body language is saying in the pictures. Notice what the themes and the motifs are in the pictures. Pay attention to the artist. Who are the artists that you're looking at? Because they leave a trail of who they are in every art piece they create. So yeah. Right now, because of everything that's happened with the pandemic, it's kind of thrown me into a loop. When I first started the Pigment series up here in Rochester, I had painters involved to help with the painting process, not only just to help the process go along a little quicker, but also to give other artists a chance to do something different. So because of this pandemic, people can't really be within 6 feet. I've been trying to figure out other ways to still do the Pigment series and still incorporate the same themes. Whenever people see the Pigment series, the one thing they see is the colored gel background, because purple is my favorite color, and that's why I've done the red and the blue, because they implicate that color. Because I want the Pigment series to reflect the times of now, I'm going to change that background a bit. Still gonna have the same lighting setup, still gonna have the same body paint, nude, you know, people can bring in, do whatever they want to put themselves into the series, but it's just gonna be a little darker. I'm hoping that I can make the Pigment series into a book. I've done that before for the first part of the series when I started in Charleston. I'm hoping to do the same thing for the series I just did last year, and then trying to figure out how to still keep the series going in the midst of a pandemic. So that's why I'm like, as an artist, it's so hard, because you're just like, you're going through the times and living through the times, but you want to be able to create art during those times. So it's a lot of like a call for us to say something when we're trying to still figure out what we're doing and how we're going to navigate through life now that things have changed, you know, like we're not going back to the normal. So what is the new normal now? The new normal is everybody's wearing masks. The new normal, everybody has to stay 6 feet. You know, that puts a damper on a lot of people like me. Like, I love giving people hugs. I hate that I can't give people hugs right now, you know? So it's just you know, it's a lot. It's a different change, and it's a different change of pace and where we're going in the direction of our future right now, so. I actually heard about the program through Adam Eaton from the Rochester Artists Collaborative around the time when he was still, you know, forming the Rochester Artists Collaborative, and he told me about this residency. I didn't have a space. I was still trying to figure out where I was going to still do shoots. I was shooting outdoors. Adam really helped me out with that a lot, and because of that, I'm eternally grateful to him for giving me the space, giving me a chance to apply for something that I've never done before, and it's changed my life a lot. It's changed a lot of people's lives who've been in the studio, who's been a part of projects that I've been doing here. So it's just that I just think him and Rochester Artists Collaborative so much. Just do it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the full truth. I am a warrior. I doubt myself a lot. I am a self-sabotager. I do everything I can when I'm scared that I think I'm not going to be able to get stuff that I want and I desire. And one thing I definitely learned is just to jump. Go for it. Don't be afraid. You know, fear is an obstacle that prevents you from moving on. And if I've let fear stop me from a lot of stuff I was able to accomplish, I wouldn't be here right now, you know. So don't be afraid to just take a chance, you know. Sometimes you get rejected, but rejection is still a response into what you're going to do next after that rejection, you know. And sometimes you just need to hear that one yes out of all those hundreds of no's, you know. So don't be afraid, do it. If it's in your heart and it won't leave you alone, definitely do it. And just take the chance. Yeah.